Hi everyone, welcome back to the Scottish Cowboys Darts channel. As you can see from the screen, we're going to be doing the Fallon Sherrock Fallon4 Dynasty darts. Now, I've not done any Fallon Sherrock darts before, but I was in St Helens Dart Shop, I was talking to Carol, I was looking for something different to review. These are on the shelf. I'd never seen them on the shelf before. I picked them up. They're £77. They're 95% tungsten. They only come in 23 grams, and lo and behold, I throw 23 grams. So I wanted to do a review on them. So let's do the usual. Get them on the table, get them on the board, meet back here, do a little recap, and give them their ratings. So let's take a closer look at the Dynasty AFLOW Fallon4 darts. So we'll take two of these away. Now, I've never done a Dynasty Japan dart before, and I've never done a Fallon Sherrock dart before. So this is a first for me. But as you can see, it's a really nice looking dart. You've got that blue, electric blue. It looks like PVD paint inside the grooves. It's just really, really nice. It just absolutely makes it pop. So let's take some dimensions. Point, it looks like it's going to be 26mm. 25.5, just under 26, but it's just because it's pushed in a little bit further. Now, as I said earlier, these are only available in 23 grams, and these cost me £77 from St Helens. Now, we're going to take a measurement, if you don't hit the camera, the measurement of the barrel. Now, that's going in at 51mm. It's to be 51 by 7mm. And the diameter is 6.9, so it's bang on what it says. Drilled out depth at the rear. That's coming in at 19.2, so it's quite deep, so it's going to be quite front balanced dart. Now let's see the dart. Now it starts off with a steep taper but short, then you've got the taper. Now this taper comes up to halfway up the barrel. Now it's black, just normal ring cuts, but you've got that blue coating inside it, the electric blue. Now that will come right up to the middle and then start to taper back down towards the rear. Then you've got the AFLOW and Fallon laser etched. It's actually quite nice here. Grip level on this I'll do at the throne because I don't think it's got much grip. We'll say maybe a 2 at the most, but it's a really nice looking dart. So let's get these over to the scales so I can get them onto the board. Dart number 1, 23.05. Dart number 2, 23.09. And dart number 3, 23.05. Full setup, 24.77. So here you have the point on the Fallon Sherrock dart. As you can see, it's got a taper kind of halfway up the point, then it parallels out, then you get to that nose section. Now when you come to the nose section, you can see you've got that little taper at the front before the taper starts, and this taper goes all the way up to halfway up the barrel, and there you'll see those quite wide radial grooves with that electric blue coating. Really makes the dart pop. Now that comes all the way up to the rear of the barrel, where it starts to taper from the middle down to the rear. You've got Fallon etched onto the barrel, which is a nice touch. Then you've got the stem, and you've got the Fallon Sherrock AFLOW flight. So I've got the Fallon Sherrock, the Fallon4 dart set up. As you can see, Using the supplied setup to start off with, see how we got on. The grip is quite low on these, but they fly nice. They do fly nice, but I'm struggling with grip. I'm going to say a maximum it's a 2 all over the barrel. I'm also going to say these are not suited to front grippers. Because of that taper in the barrel, there is nothing to push against. But if you go further back towards the middle and the rear, you get more push. But on the whole, they're a really nice dart. 95% tungsten. Flights come out. The stems do look quite flimsy, quite cheap. I think better stems in this would complement the dart better. I'm struggling to get any power in the dart, simply because I've got no push. They're just a bit too smooth and the wrong shape for me. It's going to be interesting to see how I get on in the 2-1 challenge. But I'm definitely only giving these a 2, level 2 grip. But they're a nice dart. One thing that does annoy me about darts that's got women's names on them is the fact that people think they're a dart designed for a woman. They're not. They're designed for that player, but they're designed for anybody that can throw them. Darts is probably the most unisex sport out there, where every bit of equipment suits any gender. If you look at women's football now, they're having a big complaint that there's not enough football boots designed for women. You don't need to worry about that with darts. You just pick a shape that suits you, a grip that suits you, and a weight that suits you. And that's it. So I'm going to have 3 more darts and do the challenge. They're definitely not suited to me, but they will be suited to a lot of people. So let's go straight into the challenge.
Number 2 first. Take ball.
Oh. I'm just getting no power. 45. The second dart
45.
was lucky it reached the board.
Require 156.
Oh, get a turn. Nice last dart.
100. Number require 56.
Oh. Oh man, couldn't get any push.
36. Number require 20.
Right, come on. Let's finish it. And 1. Still not a dart designed for me, but it does fly really well.
Yes, game shot. And a match. Number.
So let's recap on the Dynasty darts AFLOW Fallon4 darts. Now it's a 95% tungsten dart and it's 77 quid. Now I'm going to go straight into the grip ratings. It's a 2 all over, front, middle and rear. I did not get enough push with it. I did not because of the way the dart's shaped, because it tapers up to the middle and tapers down to the rear, I'm a front gripper and I'm gripping that on a downward taper, so I'm not getting nothing, no resistance when I'm pushing the dart. The grooves would need to be deeper for me and a bit sharper, but they're designed for Fallon, and she seems to play okay with them. And it's not somebody I'm going to challenge a game of darts to very, very soon, that's for sure. So, value for money at £77. Now, I'm going to give these a 7.5 out of 10. And the reason they're getting a 7.5 out of 10 is the stems. The stems are just cheap stems. They're not very good. They're the stems you would expect to find on a set of darts that are about 40 quid. So I think if you're paying £77, which is up at the premium end of darts, you want a better stem. The flights were coming out. I think they came out 3 times just doing the throwing section before I even went on to 2-1 challenge. So yes, I punch my flights if I'm using standard flights, but I'm reviewing a dart as it comes, and I think the flights the stems just aren't good enough. So it's a 7.5 out of 10. Based on my Bunting G5s, my go-to darts, these get a 6 out of 10. Now, in above a 5 is still a good dart, but it's just not a dart I would pick up. I've done these, I've reviewed these, but I would not use them. They just don't suit me. They're not my type of dart. If you like that tapered, slim front barrel, you grip at the rear, they'll suit you. You grip at the middle, they'll probably suit you. But if you grip at the front and you like something to push against, you're going to struggle with these darts. 2-1 average, I've done it in 10 darts, missed 2 darts at a double. So they work. They work really, really good. So thanks very much for watching, guys. If you like what you see, head over to St Helens Dart Shop, give Carol and Dawn a phone. They'll sort you out with a set of these, 23 grams, 77 quid. Tell them the cowboy sent you, might send you, pack you up a wee set of free flights or something. I don't know. It's worth asking, isn't it? Please hit the subscribe button. I need more subscribers. I need to get to 2,000 quite quickly. Hit a little thumbs up. If you leave a comment, I will do my best to answer it. But most importantly, keep enjoying your darts, and I'll catch you on the next review.